This is the Old 77 Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Old 77 Podcast. Hey, what's up?
Hey. I think my high score on the bowling game now is like 248.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because I think we had this conversation before. It was like, man, I'm getting pretty good at this bowling game.
Yes, I am, man. Yes, I am. I'm telling you, man, the next time
ass in real life.
The next time I bowl in real life, I'm going to get my high score for sure.
Here comes Dave with the unique fingering style.
Right. That's what she's saying.
Who are you? Turn it up, let it blast. Hey, bitches. This is Old 77 Podcast.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world. Impressive.
Warning. Foul language may occur due to the subject matter.
You motorboat son of a bitch, you old sailor, you.
Join our Patreon Clubhouse today. Clubhouse members get early access to episodes and exclusive after-hours content at patreon.com/theold77podcast.
Yeah, boy.
Thanks for listening.
How much time do we have?
Enough time, 69. There we go, from the comfy confines of the Old 77 Studios. It's the Old 77, Dave.
Yeah, it's a safe place.
Dave Jordan in an unsafe world.
Hey, we got a full house tonight, buddy.
Man, we do.
Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, just make sure.
Loud and clear, man.
So we got 4 extra people in the studio tonight.
It was that music bed, man. It was just blowing me out of the water.
Makes
with
you
the
wanna have
sheer
babies.
awesomeness, right?
Makes you
I'm
wanna
pretty
have
sure I
babies.
self-impregnated at one point.
I know you did.
Oh, shit.
So let's go down the line. We got good friend of the show, Taylor Zumwalt, also known as
What's up,
Biscuit
Biscuit?
Strength.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show, brother man.
Biscuit man.
Our good homie Dustin. Dustin, what's your last name?
Bircham.
From the Guns and Radio podcast.
And
And like
the
6
Dustin
other.
Bircham Show.
There you go.
Shoutcast Saturday, getting dizzy with it, SmackDown Low.
Getting dizzy with it. I like that.
I love it.
That's good.
I just want to invent new podcasts just so I can invent new titles for
Right.
podcasts.
It is a fun part of the process.
oh my God, yes, man, yes.
So then our main attraction tonight is my good buddy Ethan and his wife Brittiany.
welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Hey. Wow, this is the first time I don't have to use sound effects for clapping, right? Wow, all right. Hey, hot damn.
So Ethan and Brittiany own a shop in Columbia. It's called MindRight Wellness, right? On Broadway. Check them out. And it's an awesome store, man. I was in there for the first time less than a week ago.
Yeah.
And I wish I could have spent more time in there because there was so much shit that I wanted to take a closer look at that I couldn't. So I'm coming back soon. But
We ain't going nowhere.
I hope not, man. I
Right
hope
on.
not. So,
Nice.
So let me just start with the story of how Ethan and I met. I went to the Capitol one night to testify about this plant that Ethan sells called Kratom. Scott, you know my story.
Well, we had a Kratom discussion the other day. I have no idea what Kratom is.
Listen, man, as a lifelong pothead, pretty much, I got to know. I have no clue what the fuck Kratom is. So.
Okay,
I'm hoping to learn
Give
that
you
tonight.
the
You know,
ins and outs
I'll
and
let
everything
Ethan
you
give
know.
like all the scientific shit, but for me, Kratom is the reason why I was able to completely get off of prescription painkillers. For
Nice.
It's a tree from Indonesia. It interacts with the same receptors in your brain that opiates do, but in a much different way. Does not cause the respiratory depression, which is what kills people when they take too much of a true opiate. But it has much the same pain-killing properties. It's good for that. Taylor knows this. It's like people love to use it as like a pre-workout.
For sure.
In a smaller
Shit's
dose,
straight bussin'.
it gives you a nice little energy boost
What's the difference? What's keeping it from
being illegal.
Well, from being it seems like a thing that like kind of like CBD, where you kind of really got to be a pothead to know what CBD is because they don't really put that out there. Well, they do more now.
Yeah,
I guess I just don't pay attention. But like
Kratom's different. Kratom's like literally in its own world.
There's nothing else like it.
There's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
Like when we're talking cannabis and kratom, they're totally two different things. And like you said, a lot of people don't know anything.
I didn't
about
know
it.
that. I thought it was some kind of weed like
They're
CBD.
very similar, right? A lot of people would associate a lot of the same, and a lot of it is hands down just the way it's been presented to people.
Sure.
Period. And that's really about as far as it goes. It's something like Dave was saying. It's a plant. It's literally a tree. So it's a tree that grows native to Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia. And people will literally pull these leaves like right off the tree, chew on it. A lot of these people are laborers, farmers.
Okay, I've seen that before.
Hard-working people.
I've seen that before, like depicted in movies and stuff. They'll just, grab a plant, chew on it. Like, what the hell are they chewing on?
It's like, imagine like the coca leaf in South America. Like, people have been using it forever, you know? It's just a natural stimulant to them. Nothing really is an issue. It's not a drug of abuse. They just use it commonly, similar to like they would coffee.
Sure.
You know,
right.
It's not until you start refining things and isolating alkaloids out of the plants that it becomes drugs. And that's the same idea with kratom. Kratom is a leaf. As Dave was saying, it can function on similar receptors as like as a true opiate. As an opiate can. Because like, let's speak of alkaloids. Because like a lot of people don't necessarily understand opiates and what they even are, the constitutes of them. They're just alkaloids derived from poppy. And poppy, everybody kind of knows what a poppy looks like, you know. They grow and
it's like the typical dot with your, flower shape
little
too.
Flower too, and they'll lance the sides, and the.
I always think of opium though when I think of poppies.
Well, that's right. That's what's happening. They'll lance the sides of these poppies, and the latex that comes out the sides of the poppies is the opium, and then they'll collect that residue and dry it out, and that is traditional opium as we know it. Within opium, there's a lot of alkaloids within there, which is what we commonly know here in America, such as morphine, codeine. All of these are simple alkaloids isolated from poppy, opium. And these are isolated simply because they have incredible pain-killing effects. However, again, it's not in its natural form. Like, when you're taking morphine, that is an isolated alkaloid from opium, and it's
that's refined.
It's refined, and the reason why these things are so potentially dangerous, they have incredible application to it, of course, for pain relief, because on our brain receptors, as we were talking about earlier, how things are different. It's how they bind to that mu-opiate receptor. So we have receptors that, just like cannabinoids in our body, we have opiate receptors, and they bind differently from different products, And so with that being said, traditional opiates will bind so heavily to that receptor to make it dangerous. You can overdose. Like, people don't really even understand what overdosing means in this world. You hear it every day, but people think it's this like dramatic end of the life experience. No, people just don't wake up. They just stop breathing.
Your brain literally forgets to breathe.
That's how those receptors work, and that's what an overdose is. And God bless everyone who has ever experienced that or lost somebody to it. It's a tragedy, It's a tragedy I've experienced. I've lost many friends, and a lot of that is what I myself have experienced, opiate addiction. And so that's what brings me to kratom. Kratom, the beauty of it is it can work on similar to the same receptors, but there's an alkaloid in there called mitragynine, and mitragynine is the big issue when we even talk about kratom. And so to loop all this back around, which I will, that's the one we need to know of. Mitragynine is the one that gets treated and touted as if it's like this devil of a drug. Right. And it's because structurally it is similar to what morphine's like, which is a beautiful thing in the sense of it has that pain-killing ability. It is structured similar to that. However, it's not of the same.
Right.
And so let's say when you're using the plant kratom for pain relief, let's say you use 3 grams for a serving. Well, according to lab results and testing, which we are required to do, or you should be doing, well, like out of that 3 grams, not even but 2% of that one plant material is that single alkaloid called mitragynine.
Right.
And so as we were talking earlier, like to morphine and all these other alkaloids that are isolated directly from like opium, that have that incredible binding effect that's made to bind so heavily to give you that effects, but also the addiction issues and everything that comes with it. Mitragynine, you think about it, if you're taking 3 grams and not even but 2% of that 3 grams is that single alkaloid that gives that single effect, the rest of the 40 plus other alkaloids in that plant serving has a self-regulating effect to it.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. It has that ability to touch that receptor, but not bind.
Right.
And since it doesn't have that binding effect, it has that incredible ability to help people with pain that we've experienced.
Yep.
It has that incredible ability to help people who are fully physiologically addicted to the opiates that we produce as standard drugs today.
Yep.
To cut that withdrawal issues because of the same function on that receptor. So it can give people their life back.
Absolutely.
But also, it's also kind of really interesting because it has multifacets to it. Not only does it have that ability to reduce pain, but as we were saying earlier, you know, you're talking about like pre-workout. A lot of times people prefer Kratom over painkiller medications simply for the fact it has a good mood feel to it.
Yeah,
we
for
call
sure.
it MindRight for a reason.
Yeah.
And I coined the name MindRight literally for the fact I was taking my Kratom. I was just like, Jared, who's my good friend, you know, Jared.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Jared, like, what does this do? It gets your mind right. Like, and that's how I was like, that's a perfect name for what I'm doing right here. Because I'm trying to bring Kratom to the faces of people. But at this time, you got the DEA. You have all these
Trying like hell to ban it.
big powers really trying to push Kratom as a Schedule 1 drug.
Why are they trying to push it as that?
I have my theory.
Fun police.
Can I start with my theory?
But I mean, if it's,
Do
I
as
mean,
you will. I can
marijuana
tell you
is
the
now
direct
legal.
answer to all of that. if you choose.
My theory is that it comes down to money because most of the people that work at the FDA is generally a stepping stone for people that want to work in the pharmaceutical industry. Well, there's 15 million people, I think, is the last number that I heard that use Kratom on a regular basis. 15 million people in America. That's 15 million people that could be spending money with a doctor buying a pharmaceutical that aren't.
Yeah, well,
and they don't like that.
Cutting into that profit.
Because you were talking about how there's
Definitely.
the self-regulating thing.
Sure.
So I know I have taken too much Kratom before. The worst thing that happens if you take too much is you're going to get a little nauseous. You might throw up.
Probably puke.
And then you're done.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. But yet, if you listen to the bullshit propaganda that the FDA is putting out there, you would think that this plant was like killing people left and right.
You would think it's heroin.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
Or
just
worse.
how it's kind of positioned. And so that's honestly like when we're talking about MindRight, that's what gave me the opportunity to do what I do. Simply due to the fact there's such a heavy opposition to Kratom. Well, if you don't care and you understand the truth, what does that do? That leaves you with a world of opportunity, you know? And if you're willing to take on kind of that concept of, you know, this isn't a bad thing and you understand it a little deeper, you know, which I have been for years, it's pretty incredible what you come to learn about what it does.
Absolutely,
you know?
man. Absolutely.
It goes really deep, actually.
It's fun.
The topic of Kratom. Like if you're interested in learning about Kratom, there's lots of good information out there when you're talking about the science. The reason why we've been able to protect Kratom from the false science that FDA has presented over the years is because of a guy named Chris McCurdy, Dr. Chris McCurdy, down at the University of Florida.
Okay.
They've gotten several millions of dollars over the last couple years to truly do and produce actual studies, which there's a lot of out there, you know, on Kratom, but to prove that this is an effective, much safer alternative to what we have available, you know, and really from there, it's going to be up to businesses, vendors, and consumers to make the proper decisions because, I mean, it's a food product, so...
Honestly, it sounds like we need to get Nana hooked on it because when
Probably.
Nana's
Nana
using
would
the
get a lot
Kratom
done.
in her tea, you know, then everybody else will be okay with it. Shit'll cool down.
A lot of people traditionally will actually be using these in just like simple tea bars too.
Yeah.
So like in Southeast Asia, a lot of time, like we kind of abuse a lot of coffee and stuff here. Well, it's not untypical for them to like sit around and just sip on like little Kratom teas with each other and stuff.
They always
like
drink
that.
on hot stuff too. And I heard the other day it was a thing that Mike Tyson did when he trains. He only drinks hot beverages because the hot melts the body fat. And I just knocked my phone off. But anyway, and cold packs it on. So that's got to have
cold preserves it hot.
See, that's got to have something to do with it too.
I think to your point too about like I think you're onto something about getting Nana to use it because like
that's what we've done with cannabis.
That's what what we've done for years with coffee and pills. Like we're somebody like like I'm old enough to probably, if I had a daughter or a son that was a fuck up, be a granddad now. you know what I'm saying? Like, so like I am in that
you know of.
I am in that old fogey category, but so are the people now that make the decisions. The people now that make the decisions are the people in the 80s that were like, man, all this shit about pot is horse shit.
Right.
And like people that are like from before that, like my grandma, for example, is 80 years old and she takes fucking pills like there's nobody's goddamn business.
For sure. She got them from a doctor.
No question.
Yeah,
Everybody
and I
trusts their doctor.
It's
and
funny
I tell
how
her,
when you get it prescribed by a doctor, how you just stop.
okay.
You stop questioning.
You don't
things.
question it.
that's what I was trying to tell her. Like, your body doesn't give a fuck who told you to take this.
Right.
All it knows is there's poison in here and shit like that. So I feel like you're definitely on to something, getting the elderlies on board first, because also, let's be real, we all live in Jefferson City, Missouri. The elderlies are
Yeah,
the ones
dude, we've been
running
at this for
fucking place.
years. And
How long have you been a business?
we've been doing MindRight officially since 2018.
Because back in the day,
I've been using Kratom for over 8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
So I've been in this scene for a very long time. And the interesting thing is, you know, yeah, Nana could use it. Nana will benefit from it. But we have been using this and applicating Kratom in people's life in all ranges.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I have a friend, she's 20 years old. She's a Mizzou soccer player. She's a senior this year. She's not getting to play this year because she got her back broke in the weight room.
Oh, Jesus.
She's 20 fucking years old. What is she going to do the rest of her life, right?
Ugh.
Like, they're about to start with the cortisone shots,
Start
surgeries,
throwing pain meds at her.
pain meds.
Yep.
You know the drill.
That
how this
cortisone
goes.
shit doesn't work either.
Hell no.
Pump it all in.
Hell
Yep.
no.
Ethan, how did your opiate addiction start? Was it through a prescription or was it recreational?
Yes, it was. I was in a car wreck when I was 17.
That's
and
right.
so
I know this story.
I never
That's right.
really.
But we don't.
I never really touched the opiate. Like where I'm from, everybody got fucking just wasted drunk. Like that's just kind of, you know, you always were drunk. That was kind of a common thing.
That's
So,
Friday and Saturday.
You know, like
Yeah.
everybody else who's using drugs are really just like the tweaking meth guys that are just running around town. You know, like so opiates and stuff really wasn't that prominent. Nobody really knew much about it, right? And that was 2013. I got in my car wreck, and then I was already, you know, in a very bad place. I had lots of issues in the sense like the car wreck took a lot away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started eating those pills like a motherfucker because it felt good.
Absolutely.
and,
Right.
And then I started, I mean, I was already drinking heavy. I've been a heavy drinker since I was young. And so the combo of the two went down. It took me into a spiral real bad. I mean, it was not a good time. I was with Brittiany for a portion of the time. And she really helped me pull a lot of that out. Pull myself out of a lot of that simply because you understand what drugs do to people. It changes you, doesn't make you who you are.
Sure.
But she was actually about to leave me. Like it was to that point. You know, you can't abuse people.
Sure.
And treat people like shit forever and expect them to stay. But that's what drugs do. You know, it ruins everything around you and yourself in the process. If not, kill you.
Yep.
I think we've all lost a couple of friends or two to drugs that are still alive, but we've lost them.
Sure, for
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a couple that aren't alive. So, yeah.
And when we're talking drugs, too, you know, everybody always thinks these are dirty drugs, like opiates and stuff. Guys, everything's a drug. You know, I lose friends. Alcohol, you know what I mean? Like,
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Caffeine.
Food. It's just we have a drug epidemic, you know, and all of that influences our behaviors in many ways.
Everything in society these days is designed to be addictive.
Sure.
I mean, look at social media.
Consumerism, its finest.
It sells.
We're all addicted to that shit.
Yep. It sells.
And most of the time, we don't question it. We just, I guess
feels
this is
good.
the way it is.
Which is why, David Jordan, I enjoy this Baja Blast Mountain Dew.
Plug.
I don't even want to know how much caffeine is in that thing.
David
man.
Try
Jordan.
not much, man, but more
the
the sugar.
sugars.
The sugars were the big killer.
But to go back to the Kratom thing, man, this is like the most simple way I can explain it. Because I think we have a very similar story. We also, I think, have very similar relationships with our wives. Because my wife was with me through some very dark shit, too. But this is the best way I can explain it, man. When I was taking opiates on a daily basis, you could look into my eyes and just see that my soul was not there.
Sure.
I was there, but I was not there.
You're ready to die.
I take Kratom every morning. Guess what, bro? I'm there.
Got that little twinkle back in your eye.
I'm a good dad. I get my shit done. I do a good job at work. Like life is better for me now than it's ever been in my adult life, and a huge part of that is because of this fucking tree.
And like, who is anyone to take that away from you? Right?
Exactly. Like,
who the fuck is anyone to say anything about any of it?
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, who the fuck are you to tell you can't smoke crack for that matter too? Like, I mean,
and that's how I
there's
feel.
no excuse.
You know, I kind of feel that way too.
That's how I feel.
In the land of the free, if I want to put my lips around something that I shouldn't, and I know willfully will hurt me, I should still be able to do that.
I mean, if you want to kill yourself, who am I to stop you? Like,
I think a lot of people get in those spots simply for the fact it is a little bit more difficult to reach and find.
True.
They find it's a edgier feel. Like, maybe I will try it, right? And then now they are on a hard drug, you know? Like, if we could potentially just normalize just general drug use, people wouldn't really, I think, in my opinion, go out and find these other things, you know? Like, if I had easy access to cannabis back in 2013 when I was 17 years old in any real way, like, I think my future probably would have been a hell of a lot different than me just smashing fucking whiskey and eating a bunch of Percocets, you know?
I agree with you. It's like, I think we are the last generation of cigarette smokers. Like, kids these days don't fucking do it.
No, but they're on the Juuls.
I see. I was going to say, it's moved.
I'm on
It's nicotine itself is just the issue there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, things like, it's not necessarily a normalizing, it's a separating the good from the bad. I feel like personally that needs to happen. Like, you can't put all drugs into drugs category. You can't. That Nancy Reagan shit doesn't work.
That's what got us into this mess in the first place.
Yeah.
Because like
nobody has the ability to do that.
But you need to also take away the shame. Like, if I am fucking high on meth and I'm sick of this meth shit, but I can't quit, I need to be able to have a place I can go where it's not like, okay, we'll just roll you on downtown, stick you in jail like they would do back home.
They need to take
the
the Portugal approach, which is decriminalize everything, treat it as a public health issue, because that's what it is.
That's what it turns into. You know, at one time it was a decision, and that's what people treat it as, is like, oh, this person is ruining their life. It's on them. Fuck them. You know?
Yeah.
Like, maybe at one point when they were they're in a very bad spot and they're in pain a lot of times from their life in general, you know? And then they decided to use that substance. Well, now that substance owns them, you know? And they don't have that real choice anymore. And you ever talk to a 15, 20-year meth head, you know, which I will all the time down in town Columbia, you know, you get to listen to these guys and their stories, and they have been failed time and time again to the point that this is just who they are now.
I bet you gave up.
They have.
I bet you have some great
That's the
talks.
worst thing you can do.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
Like with customers that come into your store whose lives have been saved from some of the things that you sell.
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a simple reason I continue to do MindRight because it was very tough for a long time.
It's a passion project for you.
It's to save lives.
Absolutely.
You know?
So what kind of hoops do you have to jump through? I know, like, legal cannabis can, you know, they can do other things, but they prefer to have cash. That's
a great question.
Can you guys deal with cash in the industry?
We've been operating as a retail front, you know, in store for over a year now. I've been online since 2018. We've built our entire business online for those first several years strictly off of the ability to take e-check online.
Nice.
So, because like you were saying, there's restrictions. Nobody wants to bank with you when you're in the Kratom industry, even though it's totally legal.
I wondered about same thing with medical marijuana and legal recreational marijuana.
I'm on a federal
How do you have the fucking power to do that though?
What?
To do what?
They bank with the fucking Klan, but they won't bank with.
Well, that's the issue. There.
Well, that's
the issue.
Well, and just recently, a couple months ago,
when you bring your pharma money in there,
right? The federal government stepped in Kansas, and in Kansas City, they walked into a legal dispensary and basically raided them and took all their cash.
Yep.
What?
Because they are illegal.
Yep.
Federally, anytime the feds want to come in,
you know, and they had been voted in. Everything was locally legal, but because it's still illegal federally,
dude,
they came in and raided them.
I remember seeing a bust that happened in like Kansas or someplace like that. It wasn't even a dispensary. They busted a business just for having CBD products.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And they had a big fucking press conference.
Too, yeah.
And they were so proud of it. Like, come on, man.
And it's just. this is what we're going against. It's just there's no actual understanding of what they're actually doing, and you can't hate anyone because of that. All you can do is lead by example.
Because most people are getting bad information.
To push and push. And once that one person hears about Nana, you know, or their Nana got changed.
Right there.
Now it's okay. You know, and that's what we've been accomplishing. It's been really tough because so we can't make Kratom illegal because they failed so hard at that because there's so much support behind it that they've never even seen before. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like at the Capitol, there was a greater turnout to keep Kratom legal than there was to legalize cannabis.
Do you have any social media or things? Do you make like videos or anything on your own talking about this kind of thing for people out there to find information on?
People get educated in my shop.
Absolutely, but you also post like you've got the business page.
The thing is, when you say Kratom online,
you start to get that.
Now they know what you just said in that video.
You have to call it K.
Nobody will see your videos.
Change the title. Talk it about make it about opioid addiction.
And that's the thing, man. Like, I've been down this road and I've had too many accounts shut down.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of just, they'll pull the plug on you, no problem, no issue.
Are you able to advertise on traditional radio or television?
Now I am. And so this has been a process, guys.
This just happened too, right?
Just recently.
Yeah.
And so
like within the week.
Back like I was saying, like 2018, this was still as if it would be heroin, right? But it is legal, but nobody will touch you. So try and actually like build a business online strictly with the product already being kind of sketchy in people's eyes, and then now they have to pay you on an e-check online, meaning they put their routing and account number, not at a actual debit card info. That was really tough because now you're really like...
Because then people wonder if you're legitimate.
Oh, 100%.
Exactly.
They're like, what is this trash?
And now you have all my info. What the hell?
What is this? You know? And so that's where you really get to meet the people who really need it. You know, and that's what we did. One person after another. It wasn't about trying to scale so fast or whatever. It was about finding the people that need it and knowing over time that it will take care of itself. And now here we are. The first year of business, we had to use the cashless ATM system, just like dispensaries. Nobody would take credit or debit card payments with us. Square Pay. I had a million people. Why don't you just use Square Pay? And like,
like I never thought of that.
Bingo! You're so smart.
Sell me this pack of M&Ms for $50.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was really cool though. In December, the World Health Organization went after Kratom again, like heavy, and got smacked right in the mouth hard, like big time. And that's with the science from Dr. Chris McCurdy I was saying about earlier. True official science now. We can't even argue with it unless you just like I don't even know.
They're doing the same thing with Kratom that they did with cannabis, which was for a long time they would say, "Oh, well, there's no studies on cannabis." Duh, it's because you fucking put it in Schedule 1.
No, it's because Richard Nixon threw them in the fucking trash. That's why there's no fucking studies.
Well,
there were
too.
studies.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And
you're right about
is.
that.
And there is about Kratom.
There is about
and
Kratom
that's
too.
The
but
issue here is what's most fascinating even about Kratom is let's talk about Kratom in its own home country, where it came from, where it's from. It had its own war on drugs on Kratom, just like we did with cannabis.
Right.
Like literally until like a year and a half ago, now their government allows people to grow like 3 Kratom trees in their backyard for medicinal use.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, when this used to be a fucking tree that's just like growing native in the rainforest and shit.
Yeah.
But back in the 40s when opium was being sold and it was a big, obviously a money maker for their state.
Yes.
Okay, well, you can't have Kratom because people don't want to use the opium.
People don't want the opium,
you know?
right.
And so they did their own actual campaign to misinform everyone in their local communities that Kratom, their own native tree that they've been using as a medicine, is like evil.
Right.
And so now you have whole communities going out and fucking clear cutting Kratom forests, ancient trees, in the name of the government.
Yeah.
And so now they're understanding, whoa, that was all wrong.
That was bullshit.
That was insane.
Yeah.
And actually, what's even more interesting is like my money that I pay my farmer for their Kratom from their plot of Kratom is sending their kids to school,
right?
Like doing good for their communities, because a lot of these people are rubber farmers.
Yep.
They are stuck under the thumb of rubber companies or palm oil companies, and they don't make any money off of this trash.
They're hard workers,
hard-working people. Now they have a native cash crop sitting right there that they can grow plots of and export themselves. Bro, that's a money-making business right there. That is providing value not only for them, because it's regenerative, but also for us who's going through an opiate epidemic.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I always say, like, the worst fucking thing you could do right now in the middle of an opiate epidemic is to ban Kratom.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because there's 15 million people, give or take, in America that use this plant on a regular basis. Many of them are like me.
Sure.
Former opiate addicts, recovering opiate addicts.
And I would say that's public enemy number one.
If you pull that rug out from underneath all of those people, guarantee you're going to see overdoses start to skyrocket. It's literally also the worst possible thing.
Also, dude, I mean, by me helping people over the years with Kratom, it's not even... That's where... Also, it kind of is upsetting for the simple fact that Kratom gets pigeonholed to these are only for opiate people now, right?
Right, no, it's not just for that.
That's what's interesting is because of the way it's been presented in the States now. So now we kind of understand the background history of where it's coming from, where it went through. Now we got to understand how we're marketing it in our country, right? Like it arrived in like 2009-ish, like right around... Maybe a little bit earlier is where it kind of started getting popular in the smoke shops. And the simple reason why is because at that time, what was going hard in the smoke shops? Fake fucking weed and cannabinoids.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that K2 shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was in 7th grade smoking that shit.
I was, too.
I was fucked up.
Actually, I just got out of high school. I was in my early 20s when that came out. I was like, weed that you can smoke. You don't have to worry about getting pulled over. Fuck yeah, sign me up.
That's a straight drug.
Yeah.
No, right. No, man.
I mean,
you figured out quick
when I was on that shit.
I've got a cousin.
You went from spark to the top of the fucking roof.
It ain't no weed, I tell you that.
No, it ain't no weed.
Shit ain't weed.
No.
And so that obviously started to become an issue, right? Like that was a real fucking drug. This is an issue.
Yeah.
Like. But these people are making tons of money on this shit.
Oh, bath
right?
salts.
I mean,
that was the other one.
That's another one. So a lot of these things were coming popular and hot in these smoke shop scenes. Well, a lot of these guys were reaching for straws when all these were becoming, illegal, right? You can't fucking sell this.
Right.
And these people, I mean, that were smoking this shit do not give a fuck, right? Like, I mean, if you're smoking this...
By the time it got illegal, I would agree with you, because we'd all figured it out.
Like, these people are now addicted to this stuff.
Yeah.
That's the issue. So a lot of these smoke shop owners and stuff are just looking for another product that they could pawn off to the people. Well, they just so happen to fall on Kratom. Well, they didn't quite understand what Kratom actually is.
Right.
Because in high doses, it can make you feel a little funky, if you don't throw up kind of thing. It's not a fun drug to get high on, though. It really isn't. However, people were doing it kind of thing.
Dude, the first time I took Kratom, I took it in an attempt to get high. Did not get me high.
No, you're going to be like not
didn't touch it for
happy
years.
About that at all. It's just like that was dumb.
When you chase those new highs.
Yeah, I didn't touch it for years. I didn't touch it until it was time for me to come off the opiates.
To understand about it.
And then it was a fucking miracle drug.
Yeah, it is, and that's so. Back to kind of how things got started, and the misconception or perception on I don't even know how to say that word, but on Kratom started because. Yes, both.
Yes.
So that's the real sad part about it. Because of these other substances that were fucking insane, they were even selling salvia for a minute,
Oh, yeah,
which is a wicked psychedelic.
I always wanted to try that.
Gnarly.
It's not
jump through windows and shit.
It's not fun, bro.
I hear you have to have a babysitter, and that's why I never tried it, because I never could get a friend.
Whatever. But, that's where the authorities started to crack down. Okay, hey, we're going to basically fucking kill all these smoke shops.
No shit if they're selling salvia.
Dude, fair enough,
Just right up the road here in Holt Summit. I remember when we showed up, they had a massive bus because some Middle Eastern guy had like so much hashish or whatever, and then all this like other stuff that he shouldn't be selling.
Yeah.
And I remember
if I've never heard of it,
I think that was dude up in Columbia.
How bad could it be?
I think.
It was a dude up around the corner at Holt Summit.
Oh, really?
Dude, this shit was happening like all over the place.
Yeah,
like all these. I mean, people. I know a dude who was selling in Fulton $3 million worth a year of fake
Of
canvas.
K2?
Yes.
It might be the same person
Lord.
that I know.
It was insane.
Yeah.
But
I don't know though.
Same.
I wouldn't walk away
But
from that
really-
money though.
So the 2 has a $sign on it, right? Shit.
honestly, it's impressive to build a business behind something that's just so,
That's money. That's what money will do to you.
Money-hungry people.
I could do
And that's
something-
how Kratom did get into this whole situation.
It's money.
They have all this shit that they're selling. They grouped Kratom in with it. The authorities saw that as bath salts along with everything else, so they're all bad. So there is like 4 or 5 states that has Kratom as a Schedule I drug, like Alabama, Arkansas, and this was at the era and the time of the bath salt bans and all this shit. And that's how Kratom became this, and that's it. And that's where we're at now, is trying to reverse all this legislation. And
it was the guy at the party
misinformation.
when the miners got busted and the police raided, and
he had the Kratom bag
and he
on
just
him,
Kratom is the guy at that party that is 21 and just happened to come up and didn't know all
it's
these
a totally
miners are
legal
drinking.
thing, right? But then he gets fucked, right? And so that's the issue with it. It's a beautiful thing. People need educated about it. People need to stand up for it, and that's just what I decided to dedicate myself to for my life. I have a fucking 7-inch Kratom leaf tattoo on the back of my calf, and it's just to signify,
Not where I thought he was going.
No, I didn't either.
It's beautiful too.
It is a beautiful tree.
It is really. It's a very.
Do you still have one?
It's beautiful.
Man,
it's 7 inches long.
I went
it's
to
girthy,
fucking
solid
Arizona,
oak.
and had my neighbor watch it for a week.
Did your neighbor kill it?
She killed it.
Nah, you can't put that on.
Yeah,
her.
we were.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
He just did.
I don't know if anybody else caught what just happened, but the neighbor is definitely listening.
You're a great girl.
What really happened was we got our windows replaced, and it was like -2 degrees.
That'll do it.
And it is a very tropical tree.
I've heard it's a pretty hard plant, like in America.
Missouri, for sure.
Yeah, like
it's hard to propagate everything about it.
If you're in like southern Florida or something, then maybe.
Dude, I know a guy in a company actually in West Virginia that is fucking growing an entire greenhouse of American Kratom trees. It's fascinating.
Awesome.
In West Virginia. So it's able to be done. People are pushing the limits, and that's something that's going to be interesting in the future, is an American Kratom
industry.
Being born out of it.
Now, here's my first question. It's a fucking tree. How are you going to grow that shit indoors?
How tall does it get?
Well, natively, like, these things can get like 70 feet in the air. When you're talking about an ancient tree, these things were fucking beautiful trees. They're huge, tall. They're called an elephant leaf kratom because
that's why, because they were old enough to get worked into religion.
You're probably right.
No,
You're probably
right. A very religious. People have been using kratom for thousands of years. They simply have, and there's research stating
Ethan,
it all.
pull that mic on up to you, man. Get it up close there.
You hear me a little bit better?
Yeah, I can hear you better there.
Yeah.
Feel free to push it in and slide it
just
back
scoot up
if you
here.
need to.
Make that mic your bitch, man.
Yeah, man.
Just fucking grab it.
Oh, you make
Slap it around.
Just grab it by the balls.
Now twist it a little.
That feeling a little bit better.
Oh, very, very
Left to
much
right,
better,
left
much
to right.
better.
not
Lick your
right to
lips
left.
if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
feel free. I mean, you
I
can
actually
grab
gotta
that.
take a break real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dave, why
Put it
don't
on your
we?
hand.
I got you. I got you.
Let's take a break real quick, Dave. Once you hit that
I'm
up
playing
for
music.
us, bro. I've got music up.
I can't hear.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
I got it.
All right.
Hey, man, let's thank our Patreon patrons.
Let's do.
This guy.
This guy.
This guy right here, Mr. Biscuit Strength.
Biscuit Strength. Is that the French pronunciation?
It is now.
Biscuit.
It up.
I want to thank next week's guest, the JC Paranormal Society.
The homie Dub IZ.
That's going to be a good one coming up. Dub IZ and the fam over at Chess Team Records and
In the Groove Records.
in the Groove Records.
Our good friend Ben Connolly and Jamie Rector.
And Jamie Rector. Let's not forget the Paranormal Son.
That's right, JT.
Our boy JT.
Paranormal Son. So wait, is that 5?
That's 5.
That's 5. Okay. God, I can never
It's a handful.
keep up
It
with
is.
the numbers, right? Literally.
Biscuit. Let's take a break
Yeah, we'll see y'all on the other side.
on the old 77.
Bitches.
Hey guys, Scott here from the old 77. I just want to take a moment and tell you about Infinite Moment Photography. I was down at the Noreen Access a couple of months ago. I was shooting bottles for the Hot Wings Challenge. Went off without a hitch. Thank you. And a big thanks goes to this guy, Rob Schaefer from Infinite Moment Photography. Rob was down at the Noreen Access taking some pictures. He had his impressive equipment out, let me tell you. The guy's got this lens it's huge. You could zoom in on the Capitol. It's like spyware lens stuff. But he got some amazing photos. I saw some of the stuff he did that day. Walked up while I was taking photos of the bottles and said, hey man, I gotta know, what's this all about? So I told him about the Hot Wings Challenge. He said, hey, you mind if I take some? You know, I kind of do this. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. They turned out amazing. Just look at this. So a big ups to Rob Schaefer from Infinite Moment Photography. He's out of Lynn, Missouri. Find him online at infinitemomentphotography.com. You can also go to Facebook at Infinite Moment Photography. You can see some of his work, send him a message. Family, wedding, newborn, nature photos, Rob does it all, and it's amazing. Check him out online at infinitemomentphotography.com and on Facebook at Infinite Moment Photography.
Check the mic and make sure it sounds right, boy.
What the hell have you done,
I
Dave?
don't know, man.
Hey, welcome back to the old 77, by the way.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world. I love that.
We're back.
All right, we're back.
Segment 2.
Segment Deuce.
Ethan and Brittiany from
Big Deuce.
MindRight Wellness. Dustin, you were saying right before we came on there, you have a
Dustin has a question.
Yeah, I do got a-
Kratom-related question.
I do. It's very much a Kratom related question because you got to remember, I don't know shit about Kratom.
Neither do I, man.
Do you?
That's why we got
a little bit
Ethan
more
here.
now.
Do you smoke it? Do
No,
you
no,
drip it? Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
take it in a pill?
You bang it, bro.
What does it?
Yo.
Okay, I'm out. No,
Not
he's
for
kidding. I know you're kidding. But yeah, that's the part that we haven't got to that I'm really interested to know because I have no clue what this even
Sure.
fucking is.
Here's the funny part.
I don't want to
is
see Nana mainlining.
that
I kind of do.
dude,
Right?
I do.
we're laughing. We're laughing about how absurd that thought is.
Yeah.
But that was some of the disinfo that was on the internet at one
Yeah,
time was that people
a lot
were
of-
shooting it up,
Yeah.
which is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Now I'll let you get to answering
Yeah, no,
Dustin's
you're
question.
100% right. It's crazy what people think Kratom actually is and how you would use it, you know? Because, again, it's a tree leaf. You don't smoke Kratom leaf. I don't know even what that would be like. It's just not common, and I don't think anybody does that.
No.
However, most people traditionally will brew it in a tea and steep it in hot boiled water, and they'll drink it, and they call it juice. So, you know, it's not uncommon for them to be calling it juice.
So you drink it.
They just drink it.
Oh, that's
and
what
so
I do.
here,
Let me get a juice.
juice. And juice it's actually really good. I love Kratom tea because it doesn't have any plant material in it anymore. And the plant material is pretty fibrous, so
Okay.
Not very tasty.
It doesn't. And it's hydrophobic, so it doesn't blend well.
So you can't just like dump it in a glass of sweet tea.
And it doesn't just mix like that. So some people will drink it, the plant material itself.
I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just get it back. Some people will parachute
it.
it. Some
Yeah.
people will eat it in capsules.
What's
or,
parachute it?
That's where
you could get like parchment papers.
that way you don't have to taste it.
And it's like, let's say you're doing like 2 grams
Okay.
of the plant leaf. You put it on this little square piece of like dissolvable paper.
And then you just eat
and
the
you just
paper?
eat the paper.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So you don't actually have to taste
so
the
you
actual.
throw it back like a 5-hour energy and think of it that way.
Kind
I
of.
guess,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Some people actually make drinks out of it, you know, because you can make a good Kratom tea. You
I
know?
mix mine with OJ.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
What
So-
does it taste like?
Shit.
Really?
Well,
is it
see,
bad?
the most
Yeah, it
fascinating
doesn't taste
thing
good.
is a lot of people will report like on my Kratom because again, this is a food product, so it's all about
It varies.
how it's been handled, the
Yeah.
way it's been processed. A lot of times, like my green veins and stuff taste almost like exactly like matcha.
Oh, we got to tell them about red vein versus white vein versus green vein.
Sure, yeah, and let's go ahead and dive into that.
So multiple different varieties.
It's kind of like
It's
if you
the
think
age of the leaf.
if you think of strains
Okay.
with weed.
Well, I'm thinking like sativa,
Indica.
Kind of like
indica.
that.
Different
E-
effects.
Ethan will
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
you.
and
tell
it's
us some of the
fascinating as hell because again, it's not actually a different genetic or anything
Right.
like that. It's the same type of tree. It's the age of the leaf that it's
Right.
been aged to, which would determine like they call it either a white vein, green vein, red vein, and the age of the leaf will determine like whenever we eat it, kind of the effect it gives. And so like a red vein is much more sedative. It's an older leaf too.
It's good for pain.
Great for pain.
Yeah.
Helps a ton of people with sleep issues. So like
Right.
I have a ton of people who are on Ambien, sleep medication. Like my stepmom was on Ambien for like a decade.
How long does it take to get it to a red state? How long do you have to age it?
Well, that's actually just after it's picked off. So after the leaf is picked off, that's the drying process. And
so it's not like 10, 20 years like fucking whiskey?
No, that's the beautiful part. Like, these things are very regenerative. You know, they're reoccurring all the time. Very sustainable. Yeah. And then that's where natively a lot of these people, they have traditions on how the certain leaf will be aged and fermented versus the others. And that is what's causing all the different varieties of the kratom itself, because again, it's just a kratom leaf.
Right.
It's how it's handled that will now determine the different effects. And the red vein, like I was saying, sleep, pain, great for nighttime.
But it's all natural. You're not adding anything in there.
Literally nothing. It's just one single ingredient. Always one ingredient.
Yeah.
That's another question I was going to ask. What do you add to make it a red or a white?
Nothing. That's the beautiful part about it. It's so simple.
So it's how much you age it when it's processed?
Yep. And so with that, now the alkaloid content in the leaf will change. Mm-hmm. And now when we ingest it, those alkaloids will have slightly different physiological effects on our body. No different than, like you were saying, like sativa, right?
Yeah.
They're all cannabinoids in there. There's CBD, THC, CBN. They're just different levels of those.
It's literally just like weed, because they say if you wait longer to harvest cannabis, you will get more of the sedating properties, whereas if you harvest it a little earlier, you're going to get more of the energizing.
And it's just how terpenes
effects.
work, terpenes.
I never knew that. I just thought that, like,
plant science is real fascinating.
Absolutely,
and it does all kinds of cool stuff,
Yeah.
And that's how we can use it to our advantage to help us,
Yeah. Dude, the conclusion I've come to, we spend all this money trying to design new drugs that people will spend a shit ton of money for, and there is a place for that, for sure. But I think that in general, Mother Nature is better at creating things that help humans than we are.
Well, it's like culinary, man. If it grows together, it goes together.
Yes.
True.
And what's fascinating, really, a lot of the drugs we do have came all from nature, and so
that's why it's so depressing that the Amazon rainforest is burning to the ground, because there are so many drugs that are still yet to be undiscovered.
Well, at the same time, though, with real drugs, that you have to add like fucking turpentine and
anhydrous ammonia to cut this.
Sure.
It's chemistry,
and
but the base of
battery
itself,
acid.
is typically found in nature,
Right.
And in a holistic sense, a lot of times people can use the natural product itself, gain benefits from it.
Right.
And of course, there's going to be a scenario where people need a direct medication. But when we're talking about longevity and wellness, these are things that will have those positive effects on people, period.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a fact.
Scott, you know of my medical condition, which is called cyclic vomiting syndrome.
Yep.
There is one prescription medication that I have to take every night. And I would probably be in bad shape if I didn't have that medication. But other than that, I'm able to handle everything I need to handle with plants.
And that's the beauty,
which is great.
When we're talking about chronic, because that's where the money's at, is chronic drugging.
Something you have to take every day.
Not this one-off,
that's why
that's why people will polarize even natural health with that exact argument. Of course we need traditional medical doctors and medical science and that one drug that you need to take.
Right.
We need that. We need that.
Yes,
of course we do.
Yes.
We need insulin for type 1 diabetics.
Right.
Of course. No one even says we don't.
Antibiotics.
Yes.
Things.
I need antibiotics for my Lyme disease right now. I need that. Kratom ain't going to cure my Lyme disease,
Right.
However, leading up to all of this and trying to figure out until I even had that diagnosis, if I didn't have Kratom in my life, man, I was suffering.
You would have been
I would have been in bad shape. You know?
That's the other thing, man, that
the beauty.
we haven't talked about was you just got a diagnosis. How long have you actually been dealing with Lyme disease?
About 4 years.
Yeah. Took you that long. It took me.
It's ravaged my body. I've lost over 45 pounds of straight muscle.
Yeah.
From this. I have lab results and doctor notes showing and written out indicating positive Lyme. Never treated me.
But they never. Yeah.
Never treated me. Never even told me about it.
Yeah.
When I had full suspect that this was what was happening to me. I didn't know this until literally about 2 months ago. That was my actual diagnosis. I knew I was just suffering and dying.
Yeah.
That's also put more weight into what I'm actually doing with MindRight. Simply the fact I knew I was suffering and I knew the products I had was saving my life in some kind of way. I didn't really know because I didn't have an answer for it.
Yeah.
But now that I actually understand, I actually have a actual disease that was caused and has been in my body for a period of over 4 years. It makes a lot of sense why these things were working in my body and giving me the relief that I needed. Because if it wasn't for that, I would have. There's no way I would have been able to start my business, work the hours, deal with customers.
Right.
Why I was literally wanting to kill myself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Kratom did that for me.
Right.
You know, hands down. And so that's the beauty of this whole thing, and the beauty of MindRight is we're just simply trying. We're not saying fuck the system in any way, in the sense that we want to work together. You know?
Dude, that's the thing. Is
that's
like
the beautiful thing about
the Kratom industry has been begging the FDA.
We want
to
that.
regulate it.
We have to.
Please regulate it.
We have to. You know.
Yes.
And that's and you'll have those people. Kind of back to what we were talking. You'll have those people that like believe this is the answer to all, and that's just somebody trying to sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we need to find the balance to use these natural health products that are very effective, and respect them, and intertwine that with the existing technology we have today. And I think we would do a lot better.
There's room for everybody.
Of course.
Yeah. Agree.
Of course.
Agree.
So where can we find you?
Social media. Instagram, MindRight Como, at MindRight Como. So MindRight, MindRight, then Como.
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 Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
We've been shut down multiple times. It sucks. So, but that's an account that's still been good running for a while. I also have a business, a mushroom extract company, Agape Mycology. So you can find us on Instagram most of the times.
Do you sell online for the people listening worldwide? That's not
you can find us MindRightWellness.com. Pretty straightforward. You'll find all of our Kratom product on there. We have a bunch of other product on there. If you have any questions, you can reach us. I mean, everything's accessible.
So what is if say like somebody has like chronic pain or something that's listening right now and they just want to try it, like how much would it cost for like a sample to see if it works for you?
$18.
Wow, that's really good.
$18 is the price point that will get you what's called the Trio Pack. The Trio Pack gives you the ability to try each of the different color veins. Like as we were speaking earlier, the red vein is one I got to touch on. That's going to be more for people with the sleep and stuff like that. I use personally the green vein. That's my favorite because I could use it during the daytime.
My favorite too.
Yeah, it helps me a lot with focus. People with like that kind of ADHD issue stuff too. It helps a lot with the pain relief side of things, but also just kind of help you be more productive and stay more focused. When the white vein has more like a caffeine energy feel.
Yeah, it's
like
more
Brittiany likes the
energizing.
white vein more. But we're also yin and yang. Like she's super chill. I'm very high strung. So you put a white vein in me, I get like very worked up in the sense like it's just a little too much.
Yeah.
You know, she loves it and she does great with it. And so the Trio Pack, $18, gives you a sample of all three. You kind of feel out which one works best for you and what you jive most with, because that's how personalities are.
Everybody's body's different.
Oh yeah,
Sure. It is very fascinating to see that. And then from there, people just find what they like and they just kind of stick with it. And people have been using my products for years on end. And it's one of those things that never really become an issue. As long as you're knowing how to use it properly, it's really, no issue. And that's also why we like to kind of be the gatekeeper to Kratom, is so we can educate the people straight off the rip on, hey, how to use this product safely. So we don't have a lot of those wicked, weird stories that
you don't
got out of smoke shop and they ate 20 grams.
I was going to say,
it's like, what the hell?
You don't want the scummy smoke shop guys getting their fucking hands on it.
Well, back in the day, I knew a girl. She snorted the marijuanas once and died. Never do that. Never.
Yeah.
But man, that's kind of a nutshell on Kratom, and I appreciate you guys letting me talk about it.
Dude, this has been great.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
know,
guys.
Dave, you're a hardcore on Kratom, so I appreciate you.
I had
being
no
that.
idea
you
what
too,
Kratom
man.
was
I didn't know.
before this episode. So
you can see it here on my leg, if you can see.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
That's a Kratom leaf.
Okay.
Yes,
It
sir.
looks literally just like that too. I mean,
it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's supposed to be one of those little patch ones.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of looks like a little patch woven into your skin.
That's cool.
Shout out to Jared Ray.
There you go.
Anybody listening? Mexico, Missouri.
Right on.
I've heard
I'm familiar
of that dude
with
before.
Mexico.
Fucking fire tattoos.
Yeah, I've heard of that dude before.
He's a good.
He's
tattoo
that
artist.
dude.
Yep.
Well, listen, guys, we really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having
and
us.
hanging
We're
out.
gonna head back to Como.
One more time, plug your website and everything. How can we get a hold of you?
Come find us. We have a store downtown Columbia, Missouri. You find us right on Broadway.
Perfect.
MindRight Wellness. We're right next to like Jimmy John's Hot Box Cookies, right there on the strip on Broadway.
Yep.
If you're not around to find us in Columbia, you're in Jeff City, whatever. We ship all across the country. MindRightWellness.com. And then follow us Instagram on Facebook at MindRight Como. If you have any questions, just let me know. I love you guys.
Thank you, brother.
Peace.
It's been a blast.
Thank you for having me.
Folks.
Educational as fuck.
Links in the description.
Right. Yep, we'll put the links in the
Got
description.
that?
Yep.
Yeah. Appreciate
There
it,
you go.
guys.
Yeah.
Trying to help.
I was like, what you saying
I
over
was
there,
saying to you,
man?
I didn't know. I don't know your process yet.
What you saying?
No, you guys did great.
You did a hell of a job.
Oh man, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for dropping some knowledge. Damn, Biscuit.
Everybody go get your Kratom.
Right?
Get that shit.
We just got to get
MindRight.
Nana. We just got to get Nana to brew up some Kratom. We'll be good to go,
She
bro.
gets it from MindRight. That's all that matters.
That's right. We're gonna take a break.
Try it.
See y'all after this.
Yeah, dude, you should come try it sometime.
I got ADD and I haven't worked for the government. And it's hard as fucking work.
In the Groove, Vinyl Records and More has the widest variety of new and used music, carrying new and reissued vinyl, used CDs and cassette tapes. In business for over 20 years, offering the best variety and service we possibly can. In the year 2000, we started out as a little hole in the wall, and now In the Groove is a full-service record shop with thousands of records to choose from. Buying rock, jazz, R&B, soul, and blues records, 33s, 45s, and 78s. We also buy CDs and cassette tapes. We've been buying and selling since 2000. In the Groove is a one-stop shop for records, stereo equipment, CDs, and other fun oddities. 708 Jefferson Street, Jefferson City, Missouri. Give us a thumbs up and follow us on Facebook. In the Groove, Vinyl Records and More.
Welcome back to Old 77 Podcast.
Eat safe place.
Unsafe world.
Pulling it down with the old 77.
Safely.
Shout out to our good buddy Louis Mano.
That's Vermont broadcasting legend Louis Mano. By
He's
the
in the
way.
Hall of Fame, folks.
He is in the Hall of Fame for real.
Look him up. Look him up.
That guy's got just amazing set of pipes on him.
He
dude.
sure does. We know some folks with nice
some people.
pipes, man.
I work with a guy. His name's Paul Turner, and
the perks of
he does amazing stuff for nationally. He voices the NFL.
Oh wow.
Really?
Like he does some big name stuff, and this guy's got a set of balls in his throat like you wouldn't know, man.
I'm so jealous.
Like,
of those
oh my
guys.
I want
god.
to reword that, buddy.
No, it's. I think I got it right.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
You need some balls in your throat, Dave.
I mean,
Get some balls in your throat on the
sorry,
old
man.
77.
It'd be more like get some balls in your.
if
you
it would
know.
give me a voice like one of those guys, I'd take a couple.
Well,
balls to
the old boy Paul that I'm working with, he lives on a golf course in Florida somewhere. His day consists of, because he does our business, he does the NFL, he does tons and tons of like national stuff.
So this guy's recording sports shit for the NFL, and then the next thing is
not
on
just-
the old 77.
No. Well, he's done a little bit. That's a perk. That's a perk.
That's
you know?
pretty cool,
That's a
though. You should
perk.
brag about that more.
No,
We don't want to
But,
get him fired.
Yeah, he's on retainer for the business, not me. You know?
Oh, okay. Never. Okay, so that's not what happening.
No.
I completely guessed wrong.
But you know, this guy gets up in the morning at 9 a.m. He'll do a script because that's one of his deadlines. He goes out, he plays 9 holes or whatever, comes back in, you know, he'll do another script around 3, goes back out, finishes it. That's his day.
That sounds like a good day of work to me.
Every day.
He's doing all right,
Right?
too. I'm sure he's doing all right.
I just heard the other day he sold that and he moved somewhere upstate, like New York now.
Good for him.
So,
100%.
right?
So, guys, I can't help but notice there are a few decks of cards on the table, and
He's doing a magic
some
trick.
weird,
Like shit's all wrapped up and
some
stuff.
weird metal shit that looks like it's supposed to be squeezed.
It's been a minute.
Biscuit Strength,
Biscuit.
tell us what are
Biscuit
you looking
brought
at here,
the
bro?
show.
What do you got?
Yeah,
What do you got?
Just randomly showed up with some stuff like.
Well, hello there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Oh,
what
hey.
the decks of cards are. Obviously,
Yeah.
Do you, Dave? Do you?
we got the squeezy things. What do you call those squeezy things?
Grippers.
Grippers.
Grippers, how do we do this?
Makes sense.
You just squeeze
What am I squeezing here?
That's
What
the
is-
150, right?
Yeah,
He's got the
should
150.
I've got mine says 200.
Nope. Yep. This is the 150.
okay.
That's the-
Yeah. Okay,
That's
so we're
the
going to start with the
easiest-
150.
that's the easiest
Okay, let's
one.
see.
So-
And
Now they have to touch.
You got to try to make those
gotta
two
make
metal
them
things
touch.
Oh
touch.
shit, the 150's the easy one. That's the one I had to double hand. I popped my hand on.
Yeah, the one that
Damn.
like popped.
Motherfucker.
Technically, I am. Yes.
I can't
Me
even
too,
make
bro.
it past level 1. This is the shittiest video game ever.
Oh, all
so
right,
close.
almost.
Look at the camera awareness on Dustin.
I know,
man.
right?
Close only counts horseshoes, hand grenades.
Oh,
Fail.
Oh no, I thought you got it.
I
that
did
last
not
time.
get it. I did not get it.
but you know what? Dave was ready to
Shit,
give
yeah,
you that.
should have rode with that. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I did.
I did that.
Oh, I did it. Hey. Oh.
I don't believe it
No,
now.
I think it was a hair away.
Let me see those things.
I thought I did it that time. No, I'm not going to take false praise here.
Scott's already felt some popping in his
Oh
hand.
man, I ain't doing that shit.
So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it.
Dude, you've been working out, bro.
I have, but like I've already,
You've been getting juicy.
I've already tried it a few times, and I don't think I can do it.
Dave's been getting juicy. Come on, Dave. Camera
looks
awareness, not the
close.
TV, not the TV.
Yeah, don't show
That
the
a
TV.
boy. All right,
I
go.
don't think they're quite touching.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's harder than
what
I
she
thought
said.
it was going to be.
Hold on.
That's what
I don't
she
know, man.
said.
Let me do some deep breathing.
Yeah.
No,
you
no,
know, honestly, it actually helps whenever you do stand up.
Okay.
You can
This
generate more
workout
power.
sucks.
Here
Generate
we go.
power. Watch
I'm
that
gonna
drink,
need-
Dave.
I know.
Watch that drink.
Scotty knows that I that I spill things.
I'm going to need something.
There's a camera on top of the TV if you want to show them straight up.
Here we go.
There you go.
Let me get it the right
Do
way.
work, son.
1,
2.
2.
Oh, come on, dude.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I can't do
We
it.
can't do it.
Yeah, I'm going to need something a little stronger than the Victoria's Secret catalog to get me to be.
Oh, he's showing off.
Man,
Listen,
that's, that's not cool.
Scotty?
It's no fun when the dude.
I'll try, but
Give
all
it
right,
to
here we
us,
go.
baby.
I think you just gave him the heavier one.
Did I?
Why does mine say 250? I don't know.
Oh,
Here we
no,
go.
this one's 200. Yeah, there ain't no fucking way.
Here we
Here,
go.
look at the 200, the 250 though.
Can't even do it with two hands.
There we go. All right.
There you go.
We'll,
baby.
we'll try it.
You got this, Scott.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
is
actually.
he doing it?
Yeah, no, I actually think you're doing it.
I heard it click.
No, that's just his knuckles.
Come on.
That is actually my knuckle, but yeah, it's.
Come on, Mr. Non-Sporty. Look at you go over there.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at you go.
All right, maybe there is something to that standing up thing.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
You
No,
generate more power
I don't think
through-
so.
Through
No,
the feet,
no,
through the
no.
hips.
All right, I'm going to try one more time.
Oh, stand it up, man. There we go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. All right. Gonna.
You got to get the biggest failure in there.
I can't let this guy beat me. Holy shit.
All right, if I can
Hold
do
on,
it, then-
don't turn your hand like that because you can lose all power if you're in like a really weird position. Try to get it
let's
to
see.
where it's like the most comfortable.
Right there.
And pinch.
All right, here
Or
we go.
just squeeze.
Ooh, I hear it. It's
bang.
together,
It's like together, but it's like
but it's
just
not
a
clicking. Yeah.
hair. Like I get it, just a hair.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird. I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
I guess I need to work on my forearm strength.
Grip.
What should I do for my forearm?
Mountain climb, Dave.
Fuck that, dude.
So is that where the power is? Is in this muscle? Like, because
for
It's
that
all right
thing,
here.
yeah, for that thing.
It's all right here. So it's all tendon strength.
I did not know that. I thought
Yep.
it was fingers. So.
Nope. Just all tendons because everything leads up to
I
your
was
elbow.
just thinking that, man. He
And
can
it's
do the
all-
250. Like, I feel sorry for his wang.
Me too.
Gripping that thing, right?
Where I can.
Choking that bitch like it owes him money.
Thing's probably covered in Band-Aids. All right.
Nah, dude, I moisturize my hands. They're soft.
All right. Let's bust out those cards now.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see what
So
you
you,
got.
you still see that they're in the cellophane.
Oh, still-
Yes, yes,
That's
David
important.
Copperfield, I do.
Yeah. Yeah. So
My favorite story you told was doing this at the fucking checkout.
Oh yeah.
That gal was like, "What do I do with this now?"
There's no cards.
Right.
Left in there.
That's all of them.
Nothing's perforated. You just watched me take it out.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So the way that a deck of cards is, it's 52 cards in a deck, 2 jokers, make it 54, and then with Mavericks you get about like all the different pairs, and then it tells you about bicycles, so it makes it 56.
These are the good cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mavericks. Yeah.
We only use the good ones.
This is when Nana's not shooting Kratom, right?
Yeah, right.
She's playing Pinochle with Gladys and
So
Hazel.
you see it?
Stick around
no
for the after
perforation.
hours, folks. We've been playing Pinochle.
Oh, dude, look at how easy he makes it look.
Are you kidding me?
Disgusting.
He gets up in the morning and does that with 6 packs with his bare penis.
Now do it again.
Do it again?
Oh, can you do it again?
Yes, he can.
I don't want to put you in a spot. I shouldn't have said
no,
that.
he'll do it. Trust me, he'll do it.
He'll do it with his toes.
Yeah.
I've done it in my mouth before.
Yeah, I've seen that one. You holding? You had a video or
At
something.
what
You were
point
holding
do
one
you
and
stack
whipped
them? At what point do you stack them and you can't do it anymore?
Like
what's the
in
most
halves?
cards you've done
Yeah.
at one time?
Like, could we take this card out and this card out and put them together as one deck?
I've never done 2 full decks, but I've done like a deck and a half or a deck and 3/4.
Deck and 3/4.
He's like fucking watching him tear it though was like fucking butter.
You
Like,
wanna-
not right now, but a minute ago.
You want to go for a personal best tonight?
Come on,
No.
man. We believe in you. Oh, he's doing it.
There it is.
There it is.
So that is called quartering a deck. And then it's like eighthing a deck. I've only done this once. Could not do that again though.
Right on.
You
That's
like
extremely-
split that in
Yeah,
half?
then you split this.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm dangerous is because I'm going to see how far we can push this.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's it.
There it is.
You want to give it a shot?
When I first heard of you, I will try it. I'm not going to tear it, but I'll try it.
Do
Oh,
it.
no, say you won't.
Yeah.
But
Speak
when
it
I
to
first
existence.
when
Yeah,
I
man.
first came here, we were on a break and they told me about you, and I was like, man, I've got to. I really want to see how far we can push this thing. Okay.
Yeah, I think I had some of the stuff too still at the time.
All right,
I
so
still have
this
my
will be-
frying pan that I bit
This
in
will be
half.
good for confirming what's up here.
There you go.
Yep, I count 56.
They're all there. You saw.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Because here in a minute, I'm going to hand him this. You're not going to be able to tell that I ever fucking touched this by the time I'm
not
done.
necessarily. So just with like this.
So with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Yep. Bingo. You had perfect grip.
So now
Yep.
2 fingers again, like on the other
Nope,
side.
just like this.
Then you use that thumb.
See?
Like okay,
So
so
you're pinching it, and then you just
So you got to think of like a razor knife.
yeah, like a.
you're just- You're holding.
you can also do it that way too.
and then
You
boom.
can,
Try
you
it
can
this way.
twist it, however you feel the strongest.
oh motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
There's,
this ain't happening. I can already tell. I can tell. All right, and I'm going to hand it just over to Biscuit.
yeah, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, this."
Nah, just
God damn it, man.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So how did you discover your talent of bending shit and tearing shit apart?
It was my father-in-law's friend came up from Texas, and he's like, "Hey, have you're a pretty strong guy because I used to powerlift and stuff like that." And he goes, "Have you ever like done like old time strongman stuff? Because this is actually like a thing they used to do back way back in the day." I was
They
like,
used to
"Oh,
tour with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
Back
mighty
before
Atom.
men even had radio, we were tearing, breaking shit just to see.
No,
sure.
you'd get strong men who would come in the area and would put on a demonstration. They'd bend frying pans and tear the
sure.
phone book in half.
Yeah.
Well, they discovered it from hanging out with their buddies.
Right. They got
And-
bored.
Absolutely.
They got
Hey,
bored with
yes.
it.
Like, yeah.
Bet you can't bend a phone book in half.
Yeah.
Fuck, I
But yeah,
can't.
he brought a whole bunch of stuff up, and it actually took me 6 months to tear a deck of cards. Like, I didn't get it right off the get-go. Just couldn't do it. Like, I could bend stuff, different shit like that, but just
How ripped were you the first time you tried to tear a deck of
fucking
cards?
jacked, bro.
Yeah. So that goes back to it all being in the tendon strength.
Yeah. Yeah, never really worked too much on my grip,
Yeah.
because I was like, man.
So is that a thing that you work on a lot now?
all the time?
So what all do you do? I'm assuming you do those squeeze things. Is there anything other exercises
I honestly
you do?
don't really do the grippers too terribly much anymore.
Okay, so what do you do
They're-
then for your grip?
So I have a whole bunch of like different implements.
Yeah.
So I have a real thick, like 2-inch rolling handle. It's got bearings on the inside of it, and it hooks up to it's called a loading pin. You load plates on it, and as you pick it up, it wants to try to roll out of your hand. So the tighter you squeeze it, the more you keep those bearings from wanting to roll.
Damn.
It's called an RGT,
Right.
rolling grip thing. Then I have
Rolling
another
grip thing. I love that.
Then I have a thing. It's called a hub.
Very.
And you basically just have to like eagle claw that motherfucker because you don't have enough to get onto it.
Eagle claw.
And you just pinch it just like this, pick it up.
It seems like such an odd thing to like.
It is linked. The
obsess
stronger
over
your grip, the longer your life.
Oh, okay.
The longer you will live with the stronger grip.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Why is that?
I don't know. I never
Because you won't fall off of shit.
Well, then
I'll hold on to that piece from the Titanic.
right.
Hey,
You'll hold on till
Fuck
help
that
comes
bitch.
along.
I just found
Scoot
out.
your ass over.
Yeah.
I just found out last night that my grandparents took me to the fair when I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old.
Herculean
And some
effort.
fucking methed out carny let me get on a ride that I was not tall enough to get on. And the only thing that saved my life, the only thing that saved me from falling out of that fucking ride was my sister's grip on me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when my mom told me that story, I was like, oh, well, now I know why I fucking hate fairs.
Heard that.
Now I know why I don't want to fucking go rock climbing.
I mean, who hasn't been flung out of a ride at the carnival when you were a kid?
Absolutely, right?
You never
Never have. I don't know.
I thought everybody
I
had got it.
appreciate that, Dustin. I
No,
appreciate
I swear
you.
that's happened to me before.
Has it really?
I've got flung out of a ride when I was little. Yeah,
Yeah. Did you hit the ground?
yeah, and
And how high up were you?
I mean, I didn't get up high, but I got vertical.
Yeah.
Like it slung me vertical. It didn't like shoot me up, but it slung me vertical. And so I was already kind of close to the ground anyway when it threw me out. But when it threw me out, I like, from what I remember, I mean, I was fucking little, but I went this way. And I remember the only thing that pissed me off is I wanted my goddamn ticket back for that ride because I didn't even get to finish the fucking ride. Give me my goddamn
Bullshit, Carney.
and they wouldn't. And so I'm standing there because I mean I was a fucking little kid before internet. I had scrapes and shit like anybody else. I'm probably a fucking lot tougher then than I am now. And so I'm standing there arguing with this motherfucker because I want my ticket back. Meanwhile, my dad is pissed off about me getting.
His kid just got flung out of a fucking carnival
And I'm
ride.
like, and he's like, and I'm like, Dad, priorities here, okay?
The ticket.
No, I got other priorities.
He's like, tell him you need to go to the hospital. I don't need to go to the hospital. I want my goddamn ticket back.
Here's a fun fact about the night that I almost died at the fair. My grandpa won a car that night.
That's amazing.
He won a bright orange Vega.
You're goddamn right
Vega?
he did. His kid
Nice.
flying out of a
And as soon as he fucking got that thing, he put it right in the front yard with a for sale sign on it. 'cause it was so
excellent.
fucking
I was about to say, if
ugly.
my kid just got decapitated, I better win that fucking. Because you just know, dude, I'm an old school carny, man. I'm in the wrestling business, and wrestling and carnies are hand in hand.
Fine line, right? Yeah.
They're the same fucking thing at the
Yeah.
end of the day. And I'm going to tell you, man, them old school carnies, man, you know they've taken that car to every fucking city.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
My
And
wife wants to take my kids to the fair this weekend, and I'm like,
Some plain
It's
clothes.
been raining. Don't worry about it.
well, what does that have to do?
They cancel it half the time.
Well,
Nah,
I'm trying to make good excuses for you, bro.
appreciate that, man.
no,
By
man,
the
just
time
do
she
it.
hears this, it'll already have happened.
Right, just do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
She's already going to have drug him
Yeah.
through it. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk
Sorry,
up
bro.
to the wife on Saturday night, or like right before they leave. I'm like, honey, it's been raining. You shouldn't go.
Oh.
Yeah, think about all like how safe they are with all the
Those rides are
electricals.
gonna be slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust carnies, man.
You know
Listen,
what?
man.
Either.
Watch him set up a carnival.
No.
That's
can-
fucking scary.
I can promise you, as a carny, that nothing in there is any safer than it absolutely has to be for the main guy to come by and look at it and let them go the fuck about their day.
And his
Yeah.
name always has like just one letter in it, like W.
Like the whale,
Oh,
you see
either
those
dog
videos
or
of the
Jim
whale?
Bob.
You know that ride, the whale? Sometimes it's like
Oh,
Noah's
yeah.
Ark or something.
Yeah.
And you see videos on shit on the
starts to-
internet of that motherfucker about to fall over.
One of those almost happened a couple years ago at Jeff City out at the mall. They had one of those, whatever it was, it swings
Yeah.
back and forth, and
Yeah.
it started rocking.
I had a friend in grade school. His sister died on a rock climbing wall. She was all the way up at the top. And it
I know
let
who you're
loose.
talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Damn.
Last name starts with an E.
I think so.
Yeah.
His is different. I don't know if it's from like.
Are we talking about a girl that
Yeah.
died? Yeah. First
Yeah.
name starts with a C.
Sure.
Now, you
I
take
never
me-
knew her name.
Yeah.
You take me to Six Flags, I got no
Nah.
problem. I'll ride.
Not me. Fuck that shit.
I'll
Why?
ride. Because they don't tear it down and move it every fucking
Well, that's true.
week.
That's true.
Like,
But they also don't always service them too. I mean, you see those
many
ones.
people.
You see those ones where that Mr. Freeze ride was decapitating people.
I've been on that ride, so
Yeah,
it's
I have-
funny. I almost
I have
got
too.
my hands cut off on a roller coaster once.
See,
From you know,
do you guys remember that fucking?
We thump.
What was that water park that they were getting ready to open in Kansas City? It's called the Schlitterbahn.
It was the one that killed that senator's kid.
Literally
right?
decapitated the kid.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was the you know the longest or the highest.
It was the highest like drop
in the world.
It went so fast. There was a section of it that you would fly out of, and their fix of it was to put a chain link fence on it. Yeah. And this kid's head flew up, and it just decapitated.
Oh no!
Nice.
Yeah, that was not that long ago.
And it was a senator's kid.
That was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago.
That's why it's shut down.
Yeah.
And
other than
we don't
that,
hear
sweep
about
that
it.
under the rug. Like, it's just another.
Yeah.
There was one in St. Louis, though, several years ago. It was called Wet Willie's. And it was awesome, man. Wet Willie's had this huge, and I say several years ago, this is like the 80s, so before most of you were born. They had this big hillside where it was nothing but like a 240 drop that you could just, and they put a water slide on it, man. It was amazing.
Have you ever seen that documentary Class Action Park?
Yes, I have.
That's what I think of when I think of Wet Willie's, because that's exactly what it was.
Even with all the travesties and stuff that went on in that place, I still watch that thing, and man,
you like wish you could be there.
I was alive for some of that.
Yeah,
for some of those periods, and I remember how I was, and I was thinking, man, I wouldn't have even cared if I got hurt.
You wouldn't be alive now.
Who cares?
Where was that? Where was
it? Sucks.
I had fun at Class Action Park.
Class Action Park was called Class Action Park because they had been sued so many times because
it was a joke.
Got hurt there. Where was that? Do you remember, Dustin?
Oh fuck,
it's California somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
It wasn't nowhere that was close to me because in my
you should
area,
check it out, man. It's kind of a funny documentary.
Yeah.
Funny and terrifying at the same time, I guess.
Give a shout out to my old theme park, Opryland, which I highly miss. And when they shut it down to put in a fucking mall, I decided then I hate capitalism.
Damn, you are from the South, brother.
But they kept the grand old Opry. Like, you'll still play the shitty music I hate, but I can't get on the fucking Hangman.
No, man, no.
Like, this is horse shit. And, I'm naming these rides, and there's somebody listening out there that's going to go, I remember the fucking Hangman.
Fuck yeah, brother. Speaking.
And you know the Hangman. By
brother.
the way, I will tell everyone the Hangman lives.
Yeah.
The Hangman lives at Six Flags. It is the exact same ride. Literally, they took the Hangman out of Opryland and moved it to Six Flags piece by piece and set it back up the exact same way. And now it's called like King Kong or some shit.
Yeah.
But if you get on there's actually a Wikipedia page about the fucking Hangman. Because I did not realize.
Google it.
Man, use the computer, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
I'm faster here.
All right.
But the Hangman, growing up where I grew up in school, the Hangman, if you'd ridden the Hangman, this was a rite of passage. Like, you were not a man to these children if you hadn't ridden the Hangman. Like, if you were too scared to get on the Hangman.
It was in Vallejo, California.
Yeah.
Inverted roller coaster. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Model was manufactured by Vekoma and first opened to the public as Hangman at Opryland, USA on May 1st, 1995.
Fact checking over here.
That's Dave.
Justin
That's
is in fact not full of shit.
Damn
it!
And one thing...
It's the last time I'm Googling anything.
One more thing that you won't find on the Wikipedia page that I can tell you about the Hangman for being there, because I wrote it every time, because, I was a kid. I had to prove to all my buddies. They had to see it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
And now this batch of buddies was gone by the time I went to the next Opryland, so now this new batch had to see it.
Of course.
And I needed to be the most
manly man
at church.
Yep.
And
Manly man at church.
It's important.
well, anyway, they had a sign, and I would contribute to it every time I visited. I made sure to be chewing gum when I got in line for the Hangman, because about halfway through, was a wall that was just completely covered in chewed bubble gum. You did not want to lean on this
ABC
motherfucker.
gum.
Now, this is the one in Nashville.
And they had a sign that said, want some gum, take some gum, got some gum, give some gum.
Fuck that.
Wow.
And,
Is that like the give a penny, take a penny?
Yeah. Oh, this is the Hangman.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is it.
That is some high quality video.
I was about
Right?
to say,
There you go.
it was alive long enough to get a video.
1995 though, so yeah, that makes sense about right.
There you
man.
go.
God, I missed that
No
place.
way.
What?
The Dante's down bottom left hand
Here?
corner. Dante's Purgatory, dude. I've been listening to that shit.
Oh, have you?
Holy!
I finished that off a while ago.
The book?
How? No, fuck no. Does it look like I read?
Is this a movie?
No, it's just like a thing about like Dante's Inferno.
I do audiobooks and then tell people I read.
Good job, brother.
Edit that part out so nobody else hears that.
Oh, dude, I'm going to tell you another cheat code. When you're at work and you've like you've used up all your favorite podcasts, or maybe like you get not this one obviously, but no, where they get like an episode. It's kind of sucks this week, so you turn it off. But like Bruce Pritchard, and so like if you get on, I don't know if you have HBO Max or not.
I do.
But if you use the audio description, that's like supposed to be for blind people. And then you turn that on, put your headphones in, just set your phone down, stick it on the charger and leave it on your desk and go back to work, whatever. It's just like here, like the audio description is so good that this is like a whole other audio experience.
I bet that is.
I listened to the entire series of The Sopranos like that at work.
Holy fuck.
And
damn.
That'd be
I
good.
felt, and when I went back and watched,
it took you months.
It took me about 3 weeks. And, when I went back and dude, I was binging Sopranos because I was getting ready for. I'm a big Sopranos fan, but I hadn't seen it in years, and I was getting ready for the movie they just put out, and I was pumped because I thought we was going to get to see what happened to. Oh God, I can't even remember his dad, Tony's dad.
I don't remember.
Oh, the Knights of Sidonia or whatever.
I don't.
That movie that they just made.
No, it was Knights. It wasn't Knights. It was Saints. The Saints of
Saints. The
Newark. Many Saints of Newark.
That's it.
Yeah, and I thought we were going to get to see what happened to Tony's dad and all that shit, but it's not even about Tony. But
that's a shame.
Was it disappointing?
Not at all. A lot of people bitched about it online, but I noticed every time I go see a movie, and I'm like, man, I love that fucking movie. Everybody's bitching about it online, and it's got to the point now I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, you fucking... First off, I let you ruin wrestling for me with this bullshit. You're not going to fuck up Star Wars. I have never left disappointed from a Star Wars theater, except Episode 2.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna fuck this up for me. Like I don't know. I liked them all, and I liked the many Saints in Newark. And then the critics shit all over it. So now because the critics get on here and shit all over it, other people aren't gonna go see it because they think it's a piece of shit because they didn't actually watch the fucking movie. That's why you have so many good ass cult films out there.
True.
Because people listen to these critics that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That are just trying to get a click or a download.
That's how like most comedies are. Like most comedies don't make a lot of money in the theater.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
But then, like you talk about like a Big Lebowski. Oh, what the fuck is going on over
Sorry, dude. I'm enthralled in this Hangman thing. I found so much shit on it. Like they just showed this piece and it was all fucking weird like.
This is so cool to me because, like...
I love these old-timey, like...
This is a little piece of my life that I literally thought I'd never see again, and it's literally bringing back...
This is a huge fucking camera on some dude's shoulder going on this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Is something bad going to happen?
I have no idea.
God, I hope so.
It's like a 3-minute long...
There she goes.
Fuck that.
Yeah, right? Oh, I love the noose. You can't do that anymore.
How many times did you ride on that thing, Dustin?
Oh my God, I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know how many times I've been to Opryland. Probably a lot less than I remember.
Yeah,
probably a lot.
We're talking.
Right, just end it there. Yeah.
We're talking. God, okay, so like this video was 1996. I was 10 years old. Like, I was
2.
I was graduating high school.
I was never a teenager in Opryland.
I was 14, bitches.
I was 18.
I'm 35 now, and I was never a teenager in Opryland.
That's the oldest man in the room right there.
I was like 17, 18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, fuck all that. No, I don't like rides.
I was chasing Poon at that age.
Literally, I remembered nothing else
not
about
for you either?
Opryland.
What, roller coasters?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
You can't. Yeah.
What?
Terrified of heights.
No spicy food, no roller coasters.
Would you go? Would you go rock climbing?
I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you do? Were you
Well, I mean,
terrified?
The guy, look at the table,
100%.
man.
How high up were you?
Pretty high.
No safety.
Dude, that's a height.
Yeah, pretty high is fucking high.
Yeah, it's a height.
Yeah.
But you were cool with that? Like,
kinda. I had to be at that point.
So what was the situation? Like, were you with...
What the fuck?
Were you with other friends? Were you peer pressured into it like I was?
Yeah.
Me too.
That's the only way people go fucking rock climbing.
Wait a minute, your wife peer pressured you into it.
Have you seen his wife? She
I mean,
peer pressure a lot
kind
of people into things.
She kind of did. She didn't really. It was more like,
Dave, you're gonna do this. Okay.
No, she didn't. She didn't peer pressure me into it, but at least not actively.
At least that's what she tells me to say to people.
You know what I mean?
She didn't peer pressure me into it.
Dave, if you feel threatened, blink.
No, dude,
You gotta remember there was a whole lure around the hangman when I was in 4th grade, and we didn't have internet, and TV wasn't showing the hangman in Opryland. You only
Like
heard
this?
most of the time. You only heard about it.
I wonder if there's any audio.
We had it so built up in our heads because you heard legend of the hangman and stuff like that. And then when you would finally get there and you'd be in line for it, like you had heard all of these legends about how fucking terrifying it is, and now you're hyped up, and now you're standing in line, and now you're letting them strap you in, and that's where you start actually getting scared, like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I've had those thoughts. But the whole time I was rock climbing, I was just looking at that fucking rope, like, and the hooks, you know.
And that haircut is the one you had.
So this is...
Yeah, I was going to say that screams 80s kids right there.
No, our parents were 80s kids.
Not for me.
Speak for yourself, bro.
My parents were... I was born in 86. My parents were in their early... My dad was 21 when I was born.
Wow.
Since I've actually got as an adult, like I didn't know that till about 4 or 5 years ago, I've been able to forgive him for a lot of shit I was mad about over the years.
Because of how young he was.
Yeah.
I wish I had that. My dad was 36 when he had me, but he was also newly disabled. So I had a lot of things with my dad too.
Yeah. My parents were old for
my mom was 36 when she had me.
Yeah, I think mine were like 34,
Whoops.
35.
And my mom and dad were born in 41 and 42.
It's good to know a chick can still get pregnant at 36 because the older I go, I kind of get a little less careful.
Yeah.
I've always been kind of a MILF chaser. Like I've always had a thing for the cougars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just always have. And now more and more.
What's a cougar? Able to enjoy the spoils, just not war?
I don't know why they call it that.
She doesn't go out hunting, but she can still enjoy the spoils.
But I'll tell you this much, man. Now I've realized that it's just chicks my age these days.
Yeah.
What I was thinking was MILFs and cougars are literally just chicks.
Chicks your age. Yeah.
But you know what? You can still go home with a juice box afterwards and a snack, you know?
And you know what? Now I'm the guy cock blocking the cougar chaser at the bar because I know I'm going to get this score and he's not. You know what I mean. This guy that big shit.
No, he doesn't.
This guy knows what I mean. Right here.
Oh yeah, watch this bitch. I'm gonna pull out a deck of cards and then this guy. I let you get her drunk. Now I came over and teared the cards and
no, that's when you go to the bathroom. Hey, can you tear these cards for me?
Do this real quick.
Right here. Okay, check this out.
Dude, we got a thing going here. She won't be. Hey, Biscuit, I need you to tear a stack of cards.
Okay, so Biscuit, you got a couple other things over there.
What else you
got?
got?
They're two wrapped things.
Those are just my wraps.
Oh, okay.
This is a square bar.
Have you shown us this before? I
don't think you guys have seen
we've
square
ever seen
stock.
one of these before. Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you do?
You bend it.
Oh, okay.
It's 250 pounds of pressure
try.
is what it takes to bend.
Nope, I don't have that.
It's not
Let me try.
happening.
Not
So
even trying.
I'll put it in the wraps for you.
Okay.
Just the only thing the wraps do is just protect your hands because it's really sharp.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And basically, see how it just rolls around? Put that in the middle of your palms.
Yeah, man, just roll it.
And
just
then just bend it over.
Just roll it.
Come on, bro. You're gonna make me look like the most pathetic.
Just roll it. It's just
Once
easy.
again, it's super hard to do sitting down.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we'll have similar results if we fuck with changing the microphones and shit. No, not happening. Look at that. That's motherfucking. That is solid as fuck.
Yep.
God damn it, come on now.
Oh, here comes
Again.
Dave.
Dave's like, I've been freshly working
See,
out.
so
I'm
the
fucking
last time
doomed.
we did this, right? Every one of us was like straight up hurting for months afterward. Matt went to the fucking doctor.
No, I know when I've been beat. I'm just being a good sport at this
Right?
point.
Me too. I ain't even trying, bro.
Any tips on the grip or
Yeah, you
anything
just
here?
bend it.
Just have it in the middle of your
Can
palms.
I use my knee?
I mean, girls do.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, man. You got this, bro.
Yeah, girls also do push-ups like I do, so there's no fucking shame.
There's no
motherfucker.
shame in my
Don't
game,
let him shame
player.
you. Use that knee.
Yeah, you bend it on down, man. You Tebow the shit out of it.
I think he did bend it a little bit. I think.
Well, Dave's been working out, y'all.
Holy shit!
Oh, look at this.
Oh, no.
There is a little bend there.
There is a little
Last
bend.
time I doubt you, son.
See, that's
shit.
That's exactly like the last one. They were like, "Oh, this one's so easy." Here, they put it together. Matt bent his.
Dude, that's a
Dave
motherfucking
bent
victory
one.
right now. Good job. Hang on.
Scott, you should try.
Mine look like that.
You should try.
On the same one?
Yeah,
all do.
bend it some more. Bend it some
no,
more.
I don't need a fresh one, man. I'm
Bend
good.
it, bend it some more.
I don't need a fresh one.
Scott, I know you can do this, man.
Make sure you go with the bend, not against the bend.
Kill
now.
me, man.
Buddy, I know you can
You
do
did
this.
the other thing that I couldn't do, so.
All right, let's try.
I'm going to take a video just for historical purposes.
Well, we're right there, so.
Could this be the day that Biscuit Strength brought something to the show and somebody else bent it instead? And I was here to witness it.
Scott, use your knee, Scott.
I'm not using my knee.
Use your knee.
He's doing
raise no bitch.
He's doing the technique I do where you incorporate the belly.
Dude, he's doing it.
No, he's
fucking
not.
did it.
No, he's not.
Dude, look at
A little
that.
bit more.
There you go. All right.
You bent it, bro.
That's a victory. That's a.
Look at that.
I saw you doing the technique I use where I incorporate my fat belly.
you
in
gotta get the core
It's not
going.
a fat belly. It's called a power belly.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's how I lift a lot of things when I'm moving.
I
is
come
set
from
it
a
on my
harder
stomach.
generation, bro. It's a fat belly.
One of my favorite trivia questions, I'm sure I've probably mentioned it on the air. It has to do with sporting.
Sports.
There is one sport in particular where having a big fucking belly is an advantage.
Sumo.
Other than sumo.
Damn it, Dave.
Other than sumo. No, not that I know of. No. It's a sport, but it's one of those sports where like
Sports.
it's kind of a sport, but it's kind of not a sport. Like it's one of those sports that they put on ESPN when there's nothing else going on. One of those kind of
World
sports.
Championship of Darts or something?
In darts, having a big belly is an advantage because it puts your center of gravity out farther,
I
so you
knew
are
it.
closer to the board. I'm not kidding.
I
This
knew
is
it.
the truth.
Is that
dude.
why everybody that's good at bowling is a fat guy?
Oh, I don't know about bowling, but there's
I
a
would
lot of
think
good
so,
fat
yeah.
dart guys out there.
Because it's a lot of the same.
Yeah.
What you're doing with your body, like you're.
You guys should get into cornhole then.
Cornhole's great.
Dude, I love
I'm
playing
playing
cornhole.
league.
Are you?
I've played. I'll play.
I'm 30th out of 93 people right now.
My man.
I won a
like
T-shirt
it.
on a radio station the last time I played. So I mean,
I
They
like
call
it.
cornhole something different back home, apparently.
You guys had a cornhole cornhole day at work.
Oh, at
a
work
couple
we did,
months
yeah.
ago,
Dude,
didn't
I
you?
actually
Yeah.
have like
And it rained.
professional bags.
So
Yeah?
we played
Indoors.
indoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
brings his
in-laws
own
have
bags
a
and a
nice
carrying case.
set.
Damn, that's snobbish.
It's in an old ammo box.
They have his name
Yeah.
embroidered on the
They
bag.
have Biscuit Strength embroidered.
It's just got a hand tossing a biscuit. Those are mine.
Cornhole's fun, man.
Tossing a diamond.
Hey, look at this.
Tossing a real diamond that is
Right.
into the.
Yeah.
Fucking dope.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so you want me to show you how it actually goes?
Yeah, man,
Yes,
do it.
please do.
I gotta stand up.
Oh, stand up. Stand.
Gotta get that power.
There it is.
Ooh, I haven't done this in a while.
Oh yeah.
So, it's basically just kind of pressing it together.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, right. Like it's nothing.
Yeah, look at him like this ain't shit. Like,
Oh,
It's bullshit.
you guys are cute.
well, yeah. After we loosened it up for you.
No, this is the new one.
Oh, nice try.
that is the new.
That's a new one.
I've had that shit pulled on me way too many times. Like, I heated that up for you.
I don't know.
so-
I don't see much of it.
It's all smoke and mirrors, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he totally,
Yeah.
Scooby Doo'd that one.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Fellas, you want to call it a night and maybe do some after hours?
Yeah, let's do some after hours. We'll keep the party rolling.
All right, man.
Thanks to Biscuit. Thanks to
Hey.
JT at the Paranormal Son. Thanks to our boy Dub IZ and Chess Team Records.
And In the Groove.
Thanks to In the Groove, Ben and Jamie.
And our good friends who will be with us next week.
That's right. Next
Jefferson
week,
City Paranormal Society.
the whole society is in house.
We're gonna be
Everybody?
weird.
Do you guys remember? I think it was episode 50 something.
Don't ask me.
One of them. I was gonna say, do you guys remember the episode? But they came in one time and just did a read on us, and all of our equipment stopped working.
Yes! I love this
and-
shit. Every time they get on,
yeah,
episode's
weird
fire.
shit happens.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
excited.
man. You can go and search. This is how I found it. Old 77 Paranormal. That's what I searched to find it on Spotify.
Okay, good idea.
That's cool, yeah.
And I bet that would work on
Another
YouTube
Spotify
too.
user.
Probably.
Well, I
I'm a
wonder
Spotify guy.
how would I search to find your podcast, Dustin?
Oh,
Guns and Radio. Pretty much it.
That's it. It's
Or
pretty
just
easy.
go,
That's it.
just go to gunsandradio.com, scroll through the options, and choose your favorite podcasting platform.
There you go.
Take you right to it.
Do you guys have a Patreon?
We used to, but we honestly we were making more money off of Spotify than we were off of Patreon. So we was like, why are we making this extra shit?
There
Putting it
you
behind
go.
a paywall nobody's buying.
Whatever
I get
works.
you.
So we put it for free, and we made more money off of it.
Oh,
Smart.
Yeah.
we need to do one of those.
God dang
Bet.
it, man. All right, bitches. Thanks for listening. This was a fun episode.
it was informative.
It was very.
God, it
I
was
learned a
informative.
lot of fucking shit from you.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, but very
Right.
fun as
That
well.
dude's the fucking G.
That's what we do.
We're keeping the party going on the After Hours segment. Go on to patreon.com/the old77 podcast. You can hear the After Hours segment and get early access to this and other episodes.
That's right.
Plus,
Get
there's
that
a
shit.
shit ton of content on patreon.com.
When we get on After Hours, I'm going to tell something that I can't tell on this show about the last visit that I made here.
Okay. All right.
That's why I
Okay.
pay for this.
That's all coming up next. We'll see you guys later, man. Bye.
For a transcript of the Old 77 podcast, write down everything the boys say.